everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So I'm sure a lot of people currently watching my horse videos are pretty familiar with the game, but on the off chance that you are new to Wild Horse Islands on Roblox, I thought I would make a little beginner's guide because I've only been playing for about 2 months now, but I've put in more hours than a lot of people that have even been playing a year have, which I'm not proud to say, but it's true. So I learned pretty quickly, and I think I've got some really good tips, and I will say that I've advanced much farther than usual because of the time I put in, and I got very lucky and was able to make over $1 million in my first 4 weeks of playing. So those are my credentials, and I just wanted to go ahead and do a little guide. So step number one, this is mainland. It is the main little, I guess, newbie island, you could say. So my first tip, above all else, is to collect everything you see. So for example, this is a tin rock, and you're gonna need a pickaxe, but you want to collect every single thing. If it lets you click it, then go ahead and take it. So we can even do that to this tree. You're literally just, it'll help you with money and a lot of other things. Look, here's like a bush, and you don't need to get off your horse to collect anything either. Here's a coconut, so you're going to want to get that. There's a piece of wheat. Like literally just go around collecting every single thing that you see. So on the beach, you can find a lot of collectible items and materials. So this is actually a pot of gold, which is pretty cool because that means we just got free money. So this is what your inventory is going to look like. So all these different categories, you're going to find that under resources, and pot of gold. We'll go ahead and open it up. So we found 125 tokens. So the thing about why as well you're going to want to collect every single item is because you could, for example, this is a tin rock. You can collect 500 tin, and it is only going to count as one inside your pocket. So I have 83. This is not counting 83 to my total inventory space. It actually only categorizes it by item. So all of these that you see, like even this 210 moonstone, that's only counting as one moonstone in the inventory. So don't worry about that. You're going to want to go ahead and get every single thing. And the way you get inventory space is basically doing quests. So all around the map, you will find little quests. You see this little question mark right here. That is a quest. So just look for any NPCs you can talk to. You're gonna want to get to know them and do their quests because it does unlock inventory space, which at first you think you'll be fine, but as you play, you'll need a lot more as time goes on. So I guess like number 3, you're gonna want to make lassos because you want to catch, as well as collecting every item you see, you're gonna want to catch every single horse that you see. So in order to get lassos, if you run along the beach, let's go ahead and switch horses real quick so I can go a little faster. In order to get lassos, there's kind of 2 different ways. The first way is you go to this NPC. His name is Larry, and Larry is on every single island that you go to. There is multiple, and we will go over that. This is going to be a pretty long, in-depth video, so, be prepared. But there is a Larry on every single map. So if you talk to him, you can buy or you can sell. So this is how you're going to make money, by selling horses. I don't have any to sell right now, but you can also sell your items and anything like that. But if you click this buy tab, you can buy some rope from him right here. And these are some ore, but the rope is really the only thing you need to buy as long as you're collecting. So let's go ahead and go over here. Oh, and I guess I'll show you. This is your crafting tab. So if you go to your inventory and click this, there's a bunch of different stuff that you can drop down and make tack in your saddles, whatever you need. But this is the lasso. So you're going to go ahead and click one. As you can see, this is how much it takes. So we can just craft all these, and these will go underneath your equipment tab. So what I like to do, and again, this is how you're going to make the most money in this game. As a beginner, this is how I was able to really succeed. So my little trick that I like to do, as you can see, based on material, these will actually see the strength is only 3. This one has a strength of 4. This one has a strength of 24. So, for example, these are higher tier lassos. A lot of the time to save on lassos, I will actually go ahead and hit this horse with my big lasso first. Let's get him up one more. Okay, so now he only needs 2 more hits. But this lasso takes 5 strength. So now I'm going to go down to my cheap tin lassos with a strength of 3. And now this is not going to consume the high tier lasso. It's whatever lasso you finish it off with. So now we can go ahead and finish this horse off with our cheapest lasso. And now we have this horse. So you're going to want to go around, collect every single one that you can. And then when you're done with that, you can run back over to Larry and go ahead and sell him this horse. So I do only have one right now, so obviously we're not going to get a ton of money, but you're going to go ahead and select this. And he gave us 372 tokens. So, you know, collecting all the horses and selling them will then go ahead and give you a lot of money. So there's a couple of shops around. This is on every island as well. You can buy horses from here. I have never done that because you can catch horses wild, so you don't really need to spend your tokens. And these are little decorative carts. This is kind of just, you know, little things that you don't necessarily need. There's some horse accessory shop. This is where you can style the hair and dye it of any horse you own. And over here, we do have the island decor store. And then we have a little gardening store. So you'll see as we go on how that works. I will say the reason this server is empty is because I actually have my own private server. I thought that'd be best to go ahead and show you guys this on, but usually you would see other people running around and playing and things like that. Another tip that is really helpful, not just for beginners, but for anyone really. So the width of this, do you see this circle? That is how far away you have to be to actually lasso the horse. And as you get bigger, for example, look at this. As you get a higher tier lasso, that range increases drastically. So it is always good to have your lasso out like this while you're running around, because sometimes, I don't really see a good example, but see how that popped up? Sometimes a horse will be laying in the grass or hidden on the side of a cliff, and you won't be able to see him very well. But with this out, that little icon pops up so you're able to see. For example, I have seen a horse, oh yeah, like especially like this. See, look, if we were just running around right here really quickly, oh, well, hopefully you wouldn't fall down. If we were just running around here quickly, we wouldn't even see that horse that was over there. We'd probably run over here and we would miss it. See how you can't see him? So, well, he came up, but see, you would have been able to see this little icon. And sometimes they're even underneath the water over here. So that is a really good tip to have, especially on a public server where there's quite a bit of competition to be able to capture the horses. So there is quite a few different breeds in this game. For example, this is a thoroughbred that I'm riding, and he is very fast. So every horse, you know, they'll have a different breed. This right here is their coat color, and then their mane and tail color. And then up here we have personalities. So every horse has different personalities, and these are not necessarily important, I guess. It really depends on the player exactly, but they're not a huge deal. So if you click on this, it'll actually tell you that this horse is energetic. So he's full of energy and he wants to try to speed up. And he also follows you like this when you're running around. He will automatically follow you. But if we go over here and let's see. So this is a Frisian. It is one of the most popular breeds. This is like a little event horse, but here, actually, I'll pull out a non-event. So this is what a Frisian looks like. This is a high tier breed. You'll be able to learn as you go on exactly what that means. But if we click on him and click stats, we'll see that he is easygoing. So, you know, not that important. But here's where it starts to get different. This horse, for example, is spooky. So I'll see if I can activate it. I refuse to ride a spooky horse. You see this bar right here? He's getting more and more scared. And watch, look, see this turned red? He is scared of that. This is what happens when you ride a spooky horse. Now I can no longer control him. He is driving on his own in the opposite direction, And it is so irritating. Like, he will continue to do this. And it's just super frustrating. So yeah, for example, the reason this is important is because a lot of people feel that way. Not everyone, but it is annoying. So you don't want to spend your hard-earned money buying an expensive horse from someone that is spooky, for example. So that is where the personality comes in handy. And then we have like this horse, he is grumpy, and this is also the Ford breed. So as you can see, physically they all look different. And I'm not talking about the coats. These are all, special event horses. So, it's fantasy, but of course we do have little brown horses and stuff as well, if that's more what you're into. I'm personally more of an event person. So during holidays, every few months, they come out with special horses. Anyway, so he's grumpy. So if you stand behind him, he will actually kick you. I don't know if he'll do it right now, but sometimes he'll randomly get grumpy and he'll just kick you. But that's okay. It's nothing, you can't die in this game. So yeah, so the personalities are not the biggest deal in the world, but this is where it differs. Okay, now we can look as well. You can see his gender, his height, and this is his birthday. So I really like this because it actually tells you how you caught it. Sometimes it'll say that this is obviously an event and stuff, but yeah. So here is your skills. This can be important if it matters to you. So we have our little speed stat. You can click on all of these and it will tell you what this is good for. But this speed is important. So you see how he's only a 48 speed? Let's go over and ride him and I'll show you. This is his fastest speed, which maybe this looks normal to you guys, but watch this. This is a speed of 100. So keep in mind, this guy's a speed 48, okay? Now let's switch over to the speed 100 horse. And every breed will have certain things. Like, do you see how much faster I'm going now? This is actually the current racehorse in the game. So yeah, he's much, much faster. And the tack also changes it. So that's what this plus 30% is. It is because I have a racing saddle on him, which again, you can craft inside the crafting tab in your inventory. So you can look over here and you can craft these. So how you train your horse is basically, because it's going to start off at like a 0 and stuff when you get a horse. So you're going to go over to this boat dock. There's like 2 on every island. And if you talk to him, say, let's go. These are all the islands. So I believe when you begin, you'll only have these 3. And as you level up by playing the game, you'll be able to unlock these higher tier islands. So that's what that is. Over here is the special stuff. So we have the training island. You can go ahead and go here for free, and you're just going to go over here, and there's an indoor arena as well as the outdoor arena. And there's special rewards here as well. So you will talk to Stephanie here. You're going to want to get to know all of your NPCs. She will give you a quest and basically tell you what to do. So you can say, which activity should I do? She wants us to complete the Big T training activity 10 times. So you go ahead and accept that, and you'll see it down here. She will then give you prizes for doing that, and you can talk to this guy, unlock these rewards as well as other things. So that's a racetrack you can train at. And basically how you do that is you're going to go ahead and click on one of these signs of whatever activity you want to do. And you can choose from here. So let's just say standard racetrack. You're going to go over to this flag and begin. So now you're just going to follow the guide. And this horse is already max trained, but this is where you would see your stats. And yeah, you just sit here and do this, and you do earn very slowly, but you can unlock inventory space doing this. You basically unlock inventory space by playing the game. So yeah, I just got 4 training receipts. So that is the rewards you get to turn in to get the rewards for this. So now we're on lap 3. And this is a mindless activity. I don't love training, but if I do it, I am typically watching YouTube on my second monitor or like a movie, something like that to kind of stay occupied. Okay, so I could keep going endlessly, like for hours, but I'm going to go ahead and stop. So I clicked the X. We're going to go ahead and quit. And there's a Larry over here as usual. And over here is another type of activity, not on a racetrack. So yeah, you can kind of mess around with this. See, Big T, this is what she wants us to do. So let's go ahead and see. once again, you're going to want to hit this next to begin. And if you're on the public server, which I imagine you are if you're just starting, you can see other people doing this. So, you know, it's a little bit less boring. Oh my gosh, do you see how bad I am at this? Apparently I need to practice it. So you just want to hit each of these check marks. See, he got +7 skill points. So yeah, you just kind of mindlessly do this stuff. A lot of people hate it, so I will have an alternative for you after I complete this. So I'm just going to finish this up real quick. Okay, so we're about to finish our little activity down here. Okay, so now it wants us to talk to Stephanie. So we're going to go ahead and quit this activity, go back over here, and you'll know the request giver if you see this up here. So we'll just say about that quest, and she gave us some little resources as well as a training receipt. And so basically the training receipts, you're going to go over here, give them to Steven. Do you want my training receipts? Oh, he wants 100 at a time. I don't have any, but yeah, so like that. And then here is the trick. This is what I personally do, but it does get expensive. So again, collect every item, collect your horses, make some money. You can say, can you train my? You can look at your horses, click on one, and then here you can say how much you want. But as you can see, if you go to max level, this is going to get expensive. So for this horse to level up every single thing, it would be that much. So yeah, it's a little pricey, but honestly, I don't like being here all day. So that is how Training Island works. So running back to the dock, there's a couple of other options here. So there's the competition hub. This is a brand new thing. I have a video on it if you guys want to watch that. But this is basically a new little like Mario Kart little racing situation, and it's super fun. We have the breeding hub and we have the trading hub. These two, RP Island and Wild Island, I've never been to, so I can't tell you about that, but I think it kind of explains itself. So you can breed horses and you can read a little description. This will reduce your breeding cooldown if you go here. You can breed on mainland. There is a little breeding building, which I can go show you, but it's much cheaper to do it here, and you can breed with other people or with just yourself. So you're going to run up here. I personally don't breed that much, but there is breeding uniques. So for example, if you're really into horses and like the coats and everything, this horse, for example, as you can see, it says co-breeding unique up here. So what that means is that this horse was bred with someone else's, not just myself. So you can only get this specific coat, the leopard snowflake chimera, from co-breeding. So again, there's a Larry as always, and usually if you were on a public server, there'd be a ton of people here. You just go up to one of these stalls, and you do have to pay for this, but click begin breeding, and then you select the male and the female that you want to breed together. So I always do it here just because it's cheaper, but I'll go ahead and pop over to mainland to show you what that place looks like. So to get back to mainland, we're going to hop down here, back to the sailboat, and click mainland. So the breeding hub is right over here. Always follow the paths if you're too lost. So right up here, you can see that little icon, Mainland Breeding Center. You'll walk in here. There's some foals for sale if you're interested in that. And you can just go right over here and breed them. So yeah, that is how you're going to do that. And the foals will just, you don't have to have them out for them to grow, but I believe it's faster. You can just leave them in your pocket because you cannot ride them. So yeah, you can actually lead your horse if you put a halter on them, which again, you can make in your crafting tab. But most horses will follow you. The difference is, again, with the personalities, if you find one that is, oh, the lazy always lays down as well. Let me see. Okay, so this one, this is an independent one. This little cloud icon, head in the clouds. So what that means is it's not going to follow you, which I don't like. It's still your horse. Nobody can take it or anything, but he's not following me. See that? And I really hate that because I like my horse to just be able to, you know, if I want to hop back on it after running around type of thing. And I did want to show you guys again, like I said, collect every single thing that you see and run along the beaches, because along the beaches, you can find rope for your lassos as well as other items. So let's just take a little walk down here. So this is fabric. You need this for tack. Go ahead and grab that. And again, you're just going to collect everything. This leaf on the ground, if you can pick it up then. And if you run out of inventory space, at the moment, just sell it to Larry. It's basically free money. I imagine it doesn't sell well, but look at this. You're just gonna click it while you're running past it. Here's some flowers. You need this to dye your tack the color that you want it to be. I believe this is another like leather. I'm not sure why we're not seeing any rope, but usually there is rope on the beach to make your lassos. But your best bet is probably just to buy it from Larry. So yeah, the easiest way to make money is just capture every single horse you see when you're running by. So have your lasso out, collect on the beach, grab this horse. And also a little tip that I do in your inventory, you can lock things. So for example, I'll unlock this. Now this horse could be sold to Larry because it's unlocked. I do not want that. This is a competition hub unique horse. So I go ahead and click locked, and now I won't accidentally sell it. This one we're going to keep unlocked so that I can sell it. So that's a little way to make sure you don't lose your horses. There is different types. So for example, this is just a wild caught horse. But as I'm sure you guys see me riding, there's a lot of event horses. So this is a Valentine's event. So if you click on his stats, it'll say Valentine's 23 limited edition. So you can click on any of these. This one is from autumn 2022. So that's how you're able to see the little, like, if there's something special about it. This one is an island unique hare. So this is how I got lucky. There is a Wild Horse Islands Wikipedia. You can Google that to pull it up, and that will help you with any other questions you have. But this, as you can see, is a neon hare. It is not dyed. So what that means is that this horse has a very high value. Every single island has, except for mainland, has 3 or 4 very, very rare horses, as in 1 in 5,000 chance of getting this horse. I was incredibly lucky, and because I spent the entire first month collecting horses on every single island and selling them so that I had money, I came across one of these $1 million horses 2 weeks into playing the game. And this one I caught at 4 weeks into playing the game. And that's because I was spending so many hours collecting all of the horses and selling them. So I ended up with a lot of money because I sold my first island unique hare for $1 million. And some of them go for even more than that. So that's a little incentive to go ahead and catch as many horses as you can. And you're going to want to log in every single day. It's currently not time for that, but there'll be a gift here. There is all different prizes for logging in every day. So you're going to want to do that. And up here, there's a couple of other little tabs and things. They do have a bunch of little passes that you can pay real money for to just help improve your game. And up here's your money, of course. And over here, quest and goals. If you click this, you can see all the quests that you're accepting. And then over here is the collection log. I love the collection log. And I do believe that you both get achievements and more inventory space by doing your collection log. So this is why you're also going to want to collect every single thing. So as you can see, this is the quarter horse. You can see how many of each color I have caught and that it's all checked off. But if I click on Appaloosa, you can see there's a couple I still need. The reward you get for this is actually a galaxy horse. So I have a few, only one on me right now. I will go ahead and show you what that looks like. So you can earn this horse from collecting every single color of that breed, which you can see here. You can click on it. It'll tell you this is only on a certain island. So yeah. And then over here again with the resources tab. So you can collect all of these things, which I am almost done. And there is, as you can see, a little reward for finishing some of these. Did I get the... Yeah, so like this one, I got a flower carriage, and this one, I got a little seashell crown accessory. So yeah, you're just going to want to do that. And this is the breeding uniques that I showed you, and the island unique hair colors. This is the one that I have, and I also caught this one, which I sold. And it even tells you like all these details. So that is your little collection log. Okay, up next, you have your own island. So if this was a public server, you know, there'd be a lot of people here. And the way you go over to your little island, which this is a feature that really got me into this game at the time, is that they let you have this. So you're going to say, can you take me to a private island? And then here's my name. So I'm going to go ahead and go here. If you're on a public server, you can visit everyone else's island. So your island has a couple different features. First of all, you can decorate your own island. So all these little details you see, like this gate and these trees and these bushes, I placed those. So mine is a lot more advanced than it typically is. So the best part of your island is you get your own market. So mine is fully upgraded. You will have to go over here, click edit, and then you can click this, and mine's already fully maxed out, but if it wasn't, it would say to upgrade here, which again costs money. So this is why, again, you're going to want to catch all the horses. So your market is how you can sell items to other players so they can visit your island and buy your stuff. So I just have a couple of accessories here, and since I'm fully upgraded, I can sell horses on my island as well. And my biggest tip for anyone, because there's some max level people that literally don't even have their island leveled up. So I would do that because, I mean, look at how much money you can see here. I've made 84 sales and my revenue is 2.24 million. So I've made 2 million off of my market. 1 million of that was from the Island Unique Hair Horse, but yeah, it's a great money maker. So try to upgrade that as soon as possible. And then you have your little sign here. And going in, again, I decorated all of this. So this is always here for everybody. You can change the style to an indoor arena. And there's no races or anything here, but you can mess around with your friends or whatever. I don't know. And I decorated that. But every island you have a barn. And again, I upgraded my barn completely. But your barn is fantastic because this is storage. I think starting off, you only get 4 of these stalls. As you can see, mine goes on for quite a while. And I have a lot of my specialty horses here. So now these aren't holding up my inventory. I'm able to dump my inventory out here and even over here. So look, in my pocket, this is how much inventory space I have right here. Well, look inside my barn storage, another 500 spaces. And that is because I upgraded it a lot. But see all this stuff that I was able to dump in here? And again, right next to your barn, you'll have a pasture, which you also need to upgrade. But now this is holding all my extra horses as well. And then over here, remember I told you there's a farm stand? That is what this is for. These are all flowers that I'm growing so that I can make colored tack. And you can collect food and everything as well. I forgot to mention that during breeding, you need to have 25 bond. So that's what the food is for. So when you're running around the island collecting berries, collecting corn, that is what you're going to do with it. And a private server, once you get used to playing the game, is beneficial because there will be no competition for catching horses. So that is like really cool because you'll be able to make a lot more money that way. But of course, it isn't necessary. Not everyone has private servers and it's totally fine. Either way, you will have your own island, even on the public. So I just wanted to make that clear. And one last thing I wanted to wrap up the video showing you is the trading hub, which is my favorite place to be. So I actually will go on a public server to show you what that looks like. Okay, so as you can see on the public server, there is like more people about. So the last thing that I want to show you, speaking of our market and the different horse breeds, is go over here. You're going to click on Trading Hub. And this is where everybody will be doing trades and you can visit more markets and buy accessories for your horse as well as other horses and trade with other players. I will say if you're looking for something specific and you're new and you don't have a lot of money or a lot of things to trade, I would kind of only trade on other islands, which you can always do with another player. You can just go up to someone and see, I can click on her and say trade. Because sometimes the trading hub can be a little like cutthroat and like kind of cliquish. So sometimes people are a little mean here, but so now that we're on the trading hub, all these people will be standing here in a circle trying to trade with each other. You can actually click back on this because these are all different servers. So it is grouped up as these 3 are one server, these 3 are one server, and these 3 are one server. And each of these are their individual ones. So for example, we can't see people talking on mainland inside of the trading hub, but if we're on Blizzard Island, we can still see the chat from mainland and forest as well. So that's basically what that means. But you're going to want to click on him, go to private island, and here we can see everybody that's currently in this server, and we can go travel there and buy their stuff. Now, the reason the trading hub I feel is really important, and I love to shop, so I spent a lot of time here when I first started, is because you'll be able to learn the value of the items that you have. So, the certain horses that you have, as well as if you have any accessories that you want to sell, but you have no idea. Like, these antlers are worth a lot. And do you know how I know that? Because I went to the trading center all the time and I saw them all. So you might accidentally sell these for only $300 when you could have gotten $10,000. So that is why this is important. So, of course, some people price things differently. Like, for example, this is so overpriced, but yeah, you're going to want to just kind of go around and look everywhere just to see if, you're getting the value that you want to get. Because, for example, I have seen a couple of people that were kind of new to the game that had this horse, which is valued at 1 million minimum. I've seen some people get a couple million, okay? So I've seen someone trade this for a simple horse that was probably worth 10,000. And that's really sad. So yeah, you're just going to want to go around and shop all these different islands. We'll go to this one just to kind of learn the value, and it'll give you an idea. Okay, so see this guy? He hasn't upgraded his market. So he can only sell one item, which means he's not going to get that much money. And that's why you want to go ahead and go to someone like, see, T8. That means that they're tier 8. They upgraded it maximum. We can go here and we know he is going to have a full market. So here we go. Let's just take a look. See, he's selling some of these little items. He has a horse for sale. And again, you can buy any of these things. So yeah, that I guess completes the beginner's guide. I hope everything made sense, and I hope that it kind of helped you a little bit, because I tried to think of everything that you could possibly know. I feel like this is a pretty good guide. Of course, there's so much more information. This is really in-depth, well-made game. So yeah, but I hope this really helped you begin. And a reminder, you guys, of course, there is the Wikipedia you can Google to help get information there. And there's also a Discord. So make sure you go in there and you can see updates and any upcoming events. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please leave me a like, comment down below, and hit the subscribe button so you can always see my videos. Bye, guys!